All right, everybody, welcome back to the rebirth of the New to Retro Reviews podcast. And today, I figured we'd start off with a very exciting episode because, well, a lot of people love the Mega Man X series. A lot of people want Capcom to keep putting out Mega Man games, and I brought with me pretty much the biggest Mega Man X fan that I know, Pat from Retro Blast Podcast. How you doing, dude?
Yeah. Hey, man. Doing well. It's a pleasure to be here, and obviously, you've been on my show a couple times. I always love being able to come on with you as well, back and forth with you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! Well, because like you had me on for Resident Evil 3 the first time, right?
Mm-hmm. We've done Resident Evil 3 and Dino Crisis.
Yep,
which was a lot of fun.
Oh God, man, I love those games so much, and I was glad you chose me for that too. Because those,
yeah, man.
I could talk about those ones, especially 3, all damn day.
Yep. I know how much you love it, and that was fun, and we had a good conversation.
Yeah, no, we did. So, but yeah, today we're talking more Capcom stuff essentially, and yeah, so with the original Mega Man X, and this is essentially your favorite Mega Man X game, right?
It's my favorite Mega Man game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 100%. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's in my top 5.
So it's just up there for favorite game of all time, favorite X series game, and just Mega Man in general. Like that, I like that. That's dope.
It is. It means a lot to me, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Oh,
yeah,
we'll definitely
go through all that. It's a very special game to me for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, this was like for I think a lot of people in the '90s kind of began with Mega Man itself. I mean, a lot of people obviously played the ones on the NES, and even while the X games were still coming out on the Super Nintendo, we were still getting Mega Man games. So it's like there was really no shortage of Mega Man in the '90s for us kids.
No, there wasn't. There was a lot.
There was.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about how you first discovered this game. Like, again, you're a little bit older than I am, and like I was telling you about this earlier, that I think that's a great way when you're a little bit older and you can really have a better grip on these things than a lot of people who are maybe a little bit younger.
So like where did it start for me with Mega Man?
Yeah, like how did you get involved with the series in general, and then like make your way to X?
Oh man, so if my memory serves, which I'm pretty sure it does, my first exposure was actually we had a local video store. So for those, I mean, just to make it easy, I was born in '84. So around the time that we got an NES was a few years after that. So I would say probably 87, 88, we had an NES. And I was probably 4, maybe about 4 when I first started playing video games. And so we had a local video store in my town that was one of those just like hole in the wall places, right? It was called Harley Video. I remember that. And it was a hole in the wall place. And that's one of the places you walk in and they have all the black cases for all the movies.
Yep.
You know, it's like one of those. And but they also had NES games. So we used to rent games like Dr. Mario and I'm trying to think of what else we rented from there, but all kinds of NES games. Adventure Island, stuff like that. And Mega Man, you got to keep in mind, like, I didn't know anything about Mega Man at all. The first game that I rented was Mega Man 2. So the first Mega Man game I ever played was Mega Man 2. And brought it home and booted it up on the NES and did not understand it at all. So what I mean by that is that now we all know how Mega Man's structured, right? You have a screen that comes up and you have the bosses all right there, and you choose a boss and you go to their stage. And then you try to get to the end of the stage and then defeat the boss and get their power. I didn't know any of this, right? There was no instruction booklet in the case. So I booted it up. I see all the different characters, and I thought that I was selecting a character to be.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure the first one I chose, and I'm going to get flamed if I get this wrong. I'm pretty sure in Mega Man 2, I think it was Gemini Man. Is that right? Is he in 2?
No, I think he was 3.
Was he in 3?
I think he was 3.
So maybe it was 3. Maybe it was 3 that I rented. So let me check. Yeah, 3. So maybe it wasn't 2, maybe it was 3. It's one of the two.
Which three
But it
is
was
still a
very
great Mega
early
Man game. It kind of gets
Yeah, oh yeah,
it
I
kind
love
of gets
both of them.
yeah, it kind of gets overlooked a lot because 2 was so great and everything. So a lot of people like just kind of played 3, but 2 was still in the back of a lot of people's minds, I feel.
And I also could be remembering the boss wrong.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of it because you got to keep in mind I was like probably 5.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty young. But I would say it maybe 6. But I still think it was Mega Man 2, and I can't remember which boss it was. But I remember I came down as Mega Man, and I see the blue character, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Then why did I choose a picture? Like I didn't understand what was happening, and so I start going forward, and then dead. You know, I got killed like right off, and I didn't understand. It took me a while to like figure out what was going on. And I did not make it very far. You know, I was still very young and didn't really know how to, you know, properly play the game. So we only rented games for a day or 2 back then. So took it back, didn't play it anymore. I'm pretty sure that later on rented Mega Man 1. At some point, probably rented Mega Man 3. The first Mega Man game I ever owned was Mega Man 4.
Nice.
And I actually really love Mega Man 4. No one ever talks about Mega Man 4, but I love that game. That was the first Mega Man game that had the Mega Buster, right? And that's like the charge up shot. And I remember that being like a pretty big deal. I remember that game very well. I got that game because I was, you know, very ADHD in school and was struggling. And my parents and my teacher had a conversation and were basically like, every time I paid attention and answered a question in class, they'd give me some points. And if I got enough points, my parents were like, we'll take you to Toys R Us and get you a game. And the game I got was Mega Man 4. So that was the first Mega Man game I ever owned. Now, Mega Man X is a game that I didn't own at first. I rented it from Blockbuster. And I remember seeing the cover and being like, oh, Mega Man, I love Mega Man, so I can't wait. You know, and I hadn't seen it in any magazines because I didn't have any subscriptions at that time. So I didn't really know much about it. And I went and rented it, brought it home. And when I booted Mega Man X up, I immediately was just infatuated with that game. And then I remember starting the intro stage and being like, what? Where's the select screen? And there's an intro stage and you're in that highway area. And when he first shows up and I'm starting to move, I remember thinking at that time, because I think it was 1993 when I rented it. So I would have been 9 years old. Okay, so 9-year-old me is looking and going like, this is the future of video games. I literally was blown away by it. Had never seen a platformer look that good. It still looks good. Those games all look good.
Oh, hell yeah.
The music was incredible. That opening stage is burned into my brain. I played it so many times. I can play through it now, probably take no damage, you know, until I get to Vile. But I can play that level with my eyes closed. I love it. But I played it and I was obsessed with it, man. Like and I'll tell you, you know, whenever you want to, we'll get into it, but just like I had a friend who lived nearby who also loved it. He didn't have a Super Nintendo. He had a Sega Genesis, but he would come over to play it because he loved it. We both really enjoyed Mega Man games. And so we were obsessed with the music. We were obsessed with all the characters. We wanted to know more about Zero. We wanted to know more about Vile, Sigma, stuff outside of the game. Like we would come up with our own lore, you know, about what was going on in the game outside of what was actually happening.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it was probably the first Super Nintendo game. I mean, like I played Super Mario Brothers right when I got a Super Nintendo. Mega Man X was probably the first game on Super Nintendo that I truly loved, like really loved. So it is incredibly special to me. But that's where I started with Mega Man, and I played all of the originals, like 1, 2, 3, 4. I played a little bit of 5, and I didn't play 6 until years later. But I had played. Oh, and Game Boy, Mega Man 2 on Game Boy.
Yes.
Yep.
I love that one.
Yep. Played a lot of Mega Man 2 on Game Boy.
Those Mega Man games on Game Boy though, like they were fun. Like, because a lot of people, because I mean, a lot of people have to remember if you were a child in the '90s and you had a Game Boy, because Game Boys were obviously cheaper, the games were cheaper and stuff like that. You essentially got what people called the watered down version of.
In some cases, they were really, really good.
Oh yeah. Totally.
less watered down, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Metroid 2's one that I would say. Metroid 2 and Super Mario Land 2
Oh god,
are
Super
both
Mario.
like better than they have any right to be
Oh,
on Game Boy.
And they hold up great in a lot of ways. I mean, yeah, Metroid. Yeah, because Metroid 2 has the map, doesn't it? It has.
Metroid 2, I think that's a good question. I can't remember. I know that Metroid 2, back when I was playing it, had very spread out save zones near the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I can't remember about that.
It's been a while. But yeah, like
it was pretty fleshed out.
Yeah. And that was amazing to have those games. And like, yeah, and Mega Man had, I think, like 5 or 6 games, because like there was Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, and then it went like Mega Man 2, 3, 4, and I think 5, if I'm remembering correctly.
On the NES or on
Game Boy?
I can't remember. I know about 2. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if 4 was on it or not. I only knew about the first 3.
I swear that like there were, it went up to 5. I want to say that it did, because it was like kind of keeping in line with like the ones that were coming out on the NES and still at the time, because I mean, again, like
they were keeping up. Yeah,
they were keeping up with that, because I mean, like I think, what was it? The last game on the NES was like Yoshi's Cookie or something, or it was like Wario Woods.
Mega Man 6 was a late one.
That's true.
Mega Man 6 was really late.
That came out towards the end of the lifespan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just like, we had all that Mega Man love for years, and then X comes out, and it's just mind blowing. Because I remember, for me, when I first discovered it, I knew what Mega Man was because my buddy Luke had some of the Mega Man games, and my cousins had, I think, the first Mega Man game, and it was really tough. Well, we couldn't beat it back then, and so I remember Luke came over one day years later, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you gotta check this game out." And I was like, "What is it?" He goes, "It's Mega Man X." I'm like, "Wait, there's a new Mega Man game?" He's like, "Yep, dude, I think it's different."
Yeah.
Everything, and I don't remember if he owned it or rented it, but I remember just him popping that game in, and just like the rockin' music that was there. Obviously, as you talked about
good.
Oh god, it's so good. Like that soundtrack is legendary. That soundtrack is phenomenal.
I would tell you, and I've got the vinyl. I've got the vinyl downstairs.
Hell yeah.
That I love, because so the music is very special to me too, because and I'll tell you a little story about that in a second, but basically when it comes to Mega Man X as well, I'm trying to think of what my point was here, but there was kids in the neighborhood. I remember this. There was a kid that lived maybe like 2 houses down from me. His name was Gabe. And he got into an argument with me because I was talking about Mega Man X. I was like, yeah, I've been playing this game called Mega Man X. And he was like, you mean Mega Man 10? And I was like, no, it's Mega Man X. And he's like, X is the Roman numeral for 10. And I was like, I know that, but that's not what that is. And I was like, there's not a Mega Man 9 and there's not a Mega Man 8. Because at the time there wasn't.
Nope.
Right? So like there was a 7 that came out on Super Nintendo, but 8 didn't come out till later, and neither did 9. So I was like, well, where are the other Mega Man games? And he was like, I don't know. He couldn't answer the question, and I'm like, it's X, right? And then when Mega Man X2 comes out, I wanted to be like, yeah, see, I told you.
He's like, gotcha, bitch.
What are you gonna be like? What is it? 10? Is it 10-2? Like Final Fantasy? Like, but you'd hear stuff like that. But that was one of those games that I still think to this day, whenever I think of the Super Nintendo, especially, Mega Man X is a game that it would be like a showpiece for me, where I'd be like, this game defines the Super Nintendo for me, right? It's one of them anyway. It's one of the handful of games that I consider like cream of the crop for it. But when it comes to the music, what was funny about the music, man, is that I was so obsessed with that soundtrack that I had a little, and I could probably send you a picture of it, or someone can look for it. It was like Fisher Price. It was either Fisher Price or Play School with a K. I think it might have been Play School, but it was like a little tape recorder that my younger sister and brother had, and it was like white and it had red, and it had a little detachable microphone on it with like a yellow cord, and you could press the little button on it and record onto a tape. So I went and rounded up. What I used to do that used to really piss off my sister is that I would take her tapes and I would put a piece of tape over the tab so I could record over it. Because you could do that, because a lot of the tabs on cassette tapes either had a tab there at the top or an opening.
Oh yeah.
And if you closed that, you could record over the tape. So if it was like a licensed tape, you could still record over it if you covered it with tape. So I grabbed a tape and I booted up Mega Man, and I went to the sound test, and I let all the tracks play, and I stood there next to our tiny little TV, and I held the microphone up to the speaker, and I recorded every song in the game onto a tape. And then I would go to bed at night, and I would literally put that thing next to my ear, and I would play it, and I would fall asleep listening to Mega Man X music.
Nice.
So you want to talk about obsessive, like, you know, it was like a game. It's one of those games that I don't feel ownership over many games, but I feel like an ownership over X, but only because, not that I have, you know, more legitimate opinions than other people about it, but it's a game that is very special to me. Right. So I feel very close to that game. And I like other X games, and I think there are X games that are better than the original Mega Man X, but they're not more special to me, and they're not preferable to me. So.
I mean, that's good. I mean, like, that's a story, because I don't think, God, I don't think I've ever heard a story of anybody actually using the sound test and recording it like that. That's pretty dope.
All the time.
That's pretty dope. So,
all the time.
So as we're talking about music, what are some of your favorite tracks in that game itself?
Yeah, so obviously I love the entire soundtrack. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I don't, but if I had to choose some of my favorites, probably, actually, oddly enough, the password screen.
Yep.
The password screen is one of my favorite tracks in that game. There's something so, I'm trying to think of the right word. There's something very melancholic about it. Yep. I don't know what it is, but it has this kind of like, it's almost sad. I don't know how to describe it, because, you know, you've lost all your lives and you're dead, and you get to this password screen. For some reason, it hit me in an emotional way when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I was very into that song. As far as the bosses, I would say that my favorite tracks, I really love Storm Eagle. That's one of my favorites.
Yep.
I would tell you that Boomer Kuwanger.
Yes.
Boomer Kuwanger has one of my favorites. And if I had to choose a third, I mean, obviously Spark Mandrill's an easy choice. Spark Mandrill's got one of the best tracks.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd say Boomer Kuwanger's up there for me. And maybe, actually, I'd also throw in a Flame Mammoth. I like Flame Mammoth's music.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one up there.
I always thought, I love that one. And then, and like I said, I like all of them. And there's one of the Sigma stages. I think it's,
is
the
first one.
The one where you're going up the tunnel for Sigma is actually one that I really like.
Oh,
too.
that really creepy one?
Yeah, because it's very ominous.
Yeah.
I spent so much time in there because I did the little cheese where you keep killing the
caterpillars
that come out to get your. Yeah, I did that a lot.
Same.
I always thought that Armored Armadillo stage sounded like a circus.
Oh my God, I'm never gonna be able to unsee that now. You're right.
Every time. And I love, like I said, love every track. And I like that track a lot. But that, every time I heard it, it sounded like there would be like clowns dancing in the back.
Yeah.
Like for me, I hear like a circus or like a clown show. It sounds very like goofy to me in a way, but in a good way. It works.
Yeah.
But all the tracks are so good in that game. And the intro stage. The intro stage is up there too. The intro stage music is one of the best.
Oh, 100%.
That one goes without saying.
It's kind of crazy because Capcom kind of had that mentality of like throwing you into like stages. Like if you've played a game in that franchise before, it's kind of like a slow intro to it. You get adjusted to it. Then the sequel comes out and they kind of just throw you into the frying pan. Because the other game I could think of is Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil just throws you into a mansion and it gets you used to the controls in the dining room and like aiming and firing before you find that first zombie. But then you play Resident Evil 2, which I just played the other night on my stream, and you're literally on the street, it's on fire, and there's literally 6 zombies. Yeah. There are literally 6 zombies on screen there against you.
They're coming at you immediately.
And it's great because I feel like, you know, a lot of people who may have played Mega Man X first didn't play the other Mega Man games. So it's just like, you know, like they hit hard mode first. So
it was a good way to show you what's going on. Like, that intro stage tells you everything you need to know. You learn everything in that stage.
Oh, it was incredible.
So,
music for me wise, like I mean, Spark Mandrill's theme is up there. Our friend Lacey Johnson did an amazing cover version of that song.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard her version. It's really good.
Dude, when I was going on for runs and stuff like that, I would put that on loop and stuff because that just got me pumped. And yeah, same thing for me too. The password system you mentioned, because a friend of hers, he goes by Family Jewels. Very
Oh yeah,
great.
I know about him as well.
Yep. He actually did an entire Mega Man X melody, and he covered, I think, every track in the game, and that password was in there.
Oh, wow.
And I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be like a heavy metal track, right? No, it's very soft and melancholy kind of thing, but it's you know, on a guitar.
Like, thing.
And so yeah, I love that one. Sigma's Fortress 1 is absolutely amazing.
Yes,
it's like
yes, it is.
that low kind of tempo music, and then it kicks up as you like go through and you're jumping on those platforms. Like it just, that was
Those
so
tracks
good.
are so good.
Yeah, like I don't.
I mean, I like all the Sigma ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like no
But the first
bad
one, the first one might be my favorite too.
Yeah, but there's no bad tracks in like that whole damn thing. Like it's crazy. Like there's really no bad tracks in it at all.
Every single track is a banger. I mean, Zero's entrance is a banger.
Zero's entrance.
I still hold to this day that the best Zero theme to me is Mega Man X3.
Oh, that's the one
But
where he comes through the roof,
Zero.
right? Yeah, and you get to play as him. Oh, dude. God, that was
super heroic, really well done theme. That's my favorite Zero theme.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been
I'd still love his 1 and X.
it's been covered by so many people over the years. I think it's been I want to say some of the Versus series have used that as his theme song. Some people, I think some have used Mega Man X4, but people use the X3 one because it's so iconic.
Yeah, and I think the Super Nintendo one sounds better than the PlayStation one.
Yeah, it does.
I'm a fan of that one. Yeah, it's chunkier. It's better.
It does. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, no, just banger soundtrack all around. It is. I mean, it's pure.
Phenomenal.
It's pure Capcom. It really is. Like Capcom. The two
It's
things.
a perfect soundtrack to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, if you look at Capcom in the 90s, the two things they did, I think, almost better than anybody else was their sprite work for a lot of their games and their music. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Mario and Zelda have great graphics still to this day. They have great soundtracks, but like Capcom just couldn't really be touched in a lot of ways. I mean, Konami, I kind of feel was almost in the same boat
Even
too.
on NES.
Yeah.
On NES, they were really good.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's controversy to
All those
say
Disney
this.
games they did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's controversy to say this, but I think that, you know, if it wasn't for Konami and Capcom, Nintendo wouldn't have been what they were in the 80s, I think. I think their
Konami
library
and
built
Capcom
it.
were pushing it.
Yeah.
They pushed it. They pushed it real far.
Oh, they did. 100%.
Absolutely.
All right, so we covered music. We got to talk about bosses. What are some of your favorite bosses or your favorite anything in this game?
Well, see, the thing is, this is very funny to me, but it wasn't until probably a while after, and you got to keep in mind, I'd played the other Mega Man games before too.
Yeah.
I was one of those that primarily did Mega Buster only runs. So I didn't do a lot of the rock, paper, scissors stuff because I didn't really understand it very well until later. And again, you got to keep in mind, I was a young kid. So for me, I thought I was supposed to figure out every boss with the Mega Buster. I didn't think they necessarily had weaknesses. I didn't learn that until later. So then when I would go back and play, I was like, oh, okay. So I can do this move. And so when I found out, you got to keep in mind, I used to rent Mega Man X. It was probably my most rented video game.
Nice.
I rented it probably 5 or 6 times. Eventually got it for my birthday or something like that. And around that time is when I started to read. I think I got a magazine somewhere, or I got an issue that my friend had that I was reading through, and figured out that you could use different power-ups to beat the bosses. And I'm like, oh, so I've been playing on super hard mode the whole time, because I've been figuring out every boss on just the Mega Buster and only using the other weapons for like their stages.
That's
So I
crazy.
didn't really know. So I would tell you, like, I have a skewed, so my opinion's kind of skewed, because all of my original memories with the bosses were all just Mega Buster only. So that was it. And then now when I fight them with their weaknesses, it's a whole different boss fight, right? So I'd say Mega Buster, my favorite boss fights with just the Mega Buster are probably, well, the easiest is Chill Penguin
Oh, yeah.
to me. Chill Penguin's the easiest boss in the game. He's always my first boss. It's tradition. I always go to him first. I would say that he's the easiest, but my favorites are probably Boomer Kuwanger is a tough one with just a Mega Buster.
Yep.
So is Launch Octopus is tough with Mega Buster, in my opinion. But overall, a lot of their weaknesses in Mega Man X are actually like super weaknesses. So it's very different. Like in Mega Man, like the originals, you would use their weaknesses and they would just, you know, it would take more damage. But in X, they have like actual reactions.
Yep.
You know, to what you're doing. So like when I realized that I could use like the ice shotgun or whatever to freeze Spark Mandrill, he can't do anything.
Nope, you stun lock
He literally
him.
cannot hit you. You stun lock him and it's just like it's a joke. Once you know their weaknesses, there's a couple of them that can still get you.
Oh yeah.
Right? If you don't know what you're doing. Like I would say Launch Octopus is one. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to use that Armored Armadillo shield on him, then you're gonna have a hard time. But I also like that some of the bosses have secondary weaknesses that are secrets. And one of my favorite ones is using Boomer Kuwanger's boomerang on Flame Mammoth and cutting his trunk off.
Yep.
So that he can't use the lava anymore. I love that. And what's another really good one?
Launch Octopus.
I think there's another one.
Yeah, like a Boomer Kuwanger.
Oh yeah, Launch Octopus. You can cut off his
arms.
His arms, or a couple of his arms, so he can't. It limits them from doing certain moves, which is super cool.
Yeah.
That they actually took the time to think about that. So, well, let's put in these other things. And I also love that beating certain bosses changes other stages and makes them whole new stages because of that. So, boss fights by themselves, I would say, if I'm the hardest ones for me were always the ones with just my Mega Buster, right? So like Launch Octopus and Boomer Kuwanger just moves all over the place.
Yeah.
He could be kind of tough. Storm Eagle, I figured him out. It takes a while because you just have to figure that out. Chill Penguin's super easy if you know what you're doing. Stage 1 Sigma is a breeze because all you got to do is climb up to the top of the corner and just wait for him to come up and hit him. Like, you know, his dog's harder than he is.
He is. Speaking of dog.
Yeah. Speaking of dog, which Peppy heard. So yeah, I mean, I think all the boss fights are fun, but again, all of them were me just. I always called it the pea shooter, right? When I was a kid, it was pea shooter. So I was using the pea shooter, and so I would say that those couples were probably a little bit harder for me. Spark Mandrill actually was kind of tough with Mega Buster for me at first, but those are probably the ones that were the most challenging for me. I like all of them. So I enjoy all the boss fights, even Chill Penguin, who's a pushover.
Yeah, good choices there, honestly. Because I mean, like again, I think they have some of the strongest boss designs in the X series, like right off the bat.
100%.
Because like some X games have some good ones, some have some meh.
The first two have good ones.
Yeah. 3, I mean,
I think 3 has some good ones, but not all of them are good.
Yeah,
I
like
think the first two. X2 has some good ones.
Yeah. For me, like for X1 though, like I love the design of the original Sigma. Once he throws off that coat, and he's got like the blade with the green armor and stuff, and the lightsaber,
the beam sword.
Yeah,
because they can't call it a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's true. I actually, funny enough, I actually have that statue.
That's cool.
Yeah, like but like he doesn't have the sword. He's throwing his fist out like that, and like the cloak is going, which is cool, but they didn't give him the beam sword. And I'm like, what the hell? So now I actually saw it from San Diego Comic-Con. They're making new X-Zero and Sigma figures. So so I'm going to get that because I really want. I thought about just getting.
I'd like to see those. You have to send me some links because I've been wanting to get an X statue for a while.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
one that I don't have to make myself. Even though I would love to do a modeling kit, I want like a perfect one.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, just try to buy the ones from what's it called there if they're still in stock. First 4 figures, little pricey.
Yeah, I
and
looked
everything.
into that. They're like $500, so I was like,
yeah,
no.
but the payment plans are dirt cheap, honestly.
I know. I don't know. I just don't know if I can justify it for a statue. That's me though.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
me.
Look,
I don't know if I can do it.
I'm the same way. I cut back on statues because I literally got like right over here the Poison statue from Street Fighter, and she was like $600.
Yeah, that's
the official stuff.
I'm not saying it's like I would love it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm like,
I mean, I do technically. I have the Black Armor Zero from Mega Man X4, and I have. I believe I got Mega Man X4, but he's got the Rising Fire color. I think he's the red one. Because I had to get those.
There's the one that he's like coming up from an explosion and he's in his regular armor, no upgrades.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing. He just has red armor. They didn't actually give him the fire shot,
cool.
which I'm just like, why wouldn't you just make it like, have him do the actual rising fire move? I thought it was crazy.
It's another mold.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but no, like the bosses were just always great. I mean, like Sparkman. I always loved Armored Armadillo's design. I thought it was so dope, and I thought he was actually a challenging boss if you didn't have his weapon, the weakness to him. He was pretty much a challenge because he was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, you'd have to like figure out where he was going to bounce. Yep. Like whenever he would do his little bounce, because he had his other moves that he would do, and you could dodge those pretty easy. But once he started doing the bounce, you had to like learn where to stand.
Oh yeah.
To like try not to get hit, and sometimes it was guesswork, and then you'd have to wait, pop him every time he comes out of his, every time he jumps out of his roll.
Yeah.
And but once you get the Spark Mandrel's weapon, he's cake.
Oh, he's cake. Yeah, like like you said, like. And he loses his shell. That's the crazy thing. So you can actually so you can damage him while he's rolling around the screen still. Which I mean, he's still dangerous. That's the thing. And like, I kind of like that. Like, even if you hit him with the stun, the spark blast, when he's in that rolling mode, it doesn't knock him out of it. So I'm like, okay, he's still a major threat. So that's one of the reasons why
he doesn't pop out of that.
Yeah,
he's like one of the stronger ones.
Yeah. It was because he was definitely one of the strong ones. Boomer Kuwanger, I think, is probably the toughest because of that invincibility, that run in and charge move he does.
One. Yeah, he's one of the toughest ones. And I remember when we were kids, we did not know what the hell he was. We were like, what is a Kuwanger?
Yeah,
like, what is it? I called him Kuwanger. I pronounced it Kuwanger.
Maybe it's that. I don't know. Like for me, like,
I don't know. That's just what we said. But he's a beetle. He's a Japanese beetle.
Yeah.
And I found that out because I was like, what is a Kuwanger? And I Googled it. And I was like, oh, it's a play on another like Japanese name for a beetle. And I was like, oh, okay, so he's a beetle. But we were all like, all of these other ones have names of like actual animals. And then we saw Kuwanger. We're like, what the hell's a Kuwanger?
Yeah, I'm honest.
It took us a while to figure that out till we got the internet.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at like, how localization worked back then. I'm surprised the people who were localizing it were like, yeah, maybe we call it
Boomer Beetle.
Boomer Beetle. Yes.
You called him it works. Boomer Beetle. Boom.
That would have worked out so well. I mean, and technically we got a secondary beetle character. What,
Stag Beetle?
No, Gravity Beetle, I think it was.
Gravity Beetle. Yeah. Gravity Beetle, yeah.
Yeah, he was a tough fight if you didn't have it too. But
like Flame Stag. What am I talking about? Flame Stag.
No, Flame Stag was the goat. The one that had the fire.
Yeah. I thought Flame Stag was Or he was a horse, I thought.
No, he's like a goat. Flame Stag was the goat.
I couldn't remember.
Anything. He was the one that would throw fireballs at you and shit. And he would kind of do the Sigma thing where he would bounce off the walls, but he was a lot faster and you couldn't see him.
I haven't played X2. I need to replay X2.
Dude,
it's been a while since
I've actually been doing kind of like a legacy.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah, I've been doing a legacy Let's Play of the X series on my channel. I kind of got sidetracked with some Resident Evil stuff, but like I played through the first 3 games and like it was just kind of
great.
Oh yeah, they're like a goat trilogy, man. And then like the 4th one comes out and just fucking blows everybody away back then.
Damn good.
That is
X4 is one of my favorites. That one is fantastic.
That's still my favorite one of all time. That one had a profound effect on me.
I think it's objectively the best.
I think so too.
But it's still, I would take X over it.
Oh yeah,
personally.
I could see that.
But I can tell, I know X4 is a better game.
Yeah. No, X4.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I mean, either way, like it's a win when you play it. Like you discover. I've met people over the years that got into Mega Man and they got into like the X like series, and eventually when they got to 4, they were like, holy shit, like this is amazing. The jump, like we got anime. And I was like, yeah, anime cutscenes, dude. Not the greatest voice acting, but even back then, that was dope.
Japanese voice acting's real good in that game. The Japanese track is good.
Oh yeah, the Japanese ones are, yes. The American ones.
I think 3 is I like 3 a lot. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's perfect. It's definitely, I think and I have like a soft spot for X2's music too.
Oh.
Even though not the biggest fan of the way that they did the music, like the different sound instruments that they used.
Yep.
Like the digital instrument, the way that it sounds is very different. It's more tinny and almost sounds Genesis-like to me. But I really have a soft spot for it. I do like it, but I think X3 soundtrack is really good too.
Oh, it was. I mean, 3 is like kind of treated as the black sheep, but people, I think, I don't know if it was because of like,
because 0 is almost pointless in that game.
Yeah. He is.
Like playing as him, like you die and he's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
So
and you got to keep him alive for certain things if you want like the true ending or whatever.
you can't fight bosses with him.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
can't. You can't even fight like mid-stage bosses either. So, but yeah, like
might
I
as
mean,
well just like
yeah, like those. I mean, but like they were all great, and like X just kind of kicked it off, and it was, to me, it was just a game that was amazing. And oh, actually, speaking of amazing things in the game, so how old were you when you discovered that the Hadouken was an actual move you could get in that game? Do you remember when?
9 or 10. Yeah, because my friend and I figured it out. He actually is the one that told me about it.
Okay.
Because he had gotten a magazine. So he got a magazine that had it in. It had. I remember we were sitting together and he brought his magazine over. I don't remember if it was like a Game Pro or EGM or what, but it was in there. And we were like, we spent like the whole day trying to get that. And on Armored Armadillo stage. So we did it. And I was probably 10. I was probably 10 by that time. Because I don't remember that code even coming out until way after the game came out. At least that I can remember. At least we didn't see it anywhere printed in a magazine until later.
Yeah,
and then once we saw it, I was like, what I can do with the Hadouken fireball in this? Like, that's crazy. And you had to have full health and you had to actually do the motion to do it, which I thought was super cool. But he says Hadouken, which is hilarious.
He does.
So
like it was,
I love it.
It was crazy. Like, like you actually had a little voice clip of him doing it, and I thought that was amazing because I
Hadouken.
Yeah. That's perfect.
It's in my head. Like I can hear it. That's exactly. Yeah. He goes Hadouken.
But it was crazy because like
I loved it. And when it kills Sigma in one hit.
Yes. Yep. The dog and Sigma, one hit.
If you can get in there with full health and actually get the button combination right, you can make that fight pretty quick.
Yep, for the dog, it's really fast, but for Sigma, honestly, because like I think the first thing he does is start going off the walls. You just gotta wait till he comes back down and just throw it out there, and then it'll hit him as he's bouncing off the wall. He can't do anything. But then when he gets in
I think if you shoot at Sigma right off the bat, he'll block your shots, and then he comes at you.
Oh,
usually.
Okay, yeah, it's been a while.
But you're right, because he will start jumping if your intention is not to attack him. I think he'll start jumping.
Yeah.
Because if you move away from him, he'll start. Sometimes he's closed the gap with me. There have been times where I've played and expected him to do that, and he'll, he does his beam sword, and you'll shoot at him, he'll block your shots, and then he'll come at you. So it usually doesn't happen, but it has happened to me a few times.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was already in high school. I was like 15, 16 years old, 17 years old when I finally heard about it, because like someone in my class was talking about it in our art class, because we did advertising and photography and stuff for the trade school that I went to, and I was like, "There's no way that's real." He's like, "No, dude, I swear this thing is real. I've heard people talk about it." I'm like, "There's no way." Because I thought I knew Mega Man X, and so we looked it up because YouTube was a thing, and there was people that would put up stuff like that back in the day. And then we saw photos of it, and I'm like, this is fucking real. And Dr. Light's dressed up as Ryu. Like, that is so dope.
I know. That's funny as hell. And actually, when you land the jump, because actually landing that jump is hard.
It is.
I don't know. I'm sure other people have figured out easier ways to do it, but because there's notoriously, when you get on the cart at the last part, there's slowdown every time.
Yep.
Like every time you play it, it slows down, and you can, you shoot and your shots are kind of going in slow motion because it's lagging so much. It is just inherently baked into that part of the game.
Yep.
Because there's so much going on that the hardware just can't keep up with it. And so even if you play it, I think in the Legacy Collection, it still does it, as far as I know. I could be wrong.
I think it does.
I play it on my Super NES Mini, and it still does it. So it still does it either way. But you could sometimes mess that jump up, and not quite make it to the cliff where you got to jump up and get to the capsule. But when you see it up there and you're like, I did it. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. And you see Dr. Light with the Ryu outfit on. That's so cool. That's such a cool thing.
I wish I could have shown my buddy Luke that back in the day, because if we had discovered that, because we were big into Street Fighter and stuff like that. We loved playing it because he brought Street Fighter over, and we actually I don't know if he had played Street Fighter before at that point, but it was the first time I saw it when we went camping with the family. It was like a rec center that was all the way through these woods up by a converted barn and stuff like that. And that's where we played Street Fighter 2. So like to see that years later for me was just like, wow, it was real. And then Mega Man X2's got the Shoryuken.
Shoryuken.
Yep. Which
it's not as effective in that game, but it's cool.
It is definitely not, and it's way harder to do the fucking Shoryuken motion that is on a fucking Super Nintendo D-pad. It ain't easy.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
No.
So.
But it's funny that they did it. So.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's just, you know, Mega Man X just kind of, I feel, just had everything. I mean, even like the friggin' box art for it was eye-catching. It had like such an eye-catching one to me that like it was one of those things you just couldn't ignore.
It looked extreme. Like it was I don't know. It's just really well done, and like it looks like action-packed. Just looking at it, you're like, whoa! Like this is, which a lot of the box art in Mega Man has been that way. The earlier ones are goofy, but you know,
there's still something.
They get better as they go.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you look at Mega Man 1, because they call it bad box art Mega Man, you still got like that cool like Neon City behind you and everything like that, you know? And it's like
it's goofy, like it's fun. Like I don't know. I have a soft spot for those covers.
Same.
The first like 3 games look pretty rough. But they're cool.
Yeah. Well,
especially by the time they get to 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you know, like, because like, they started finding their own way and stuff like that. They found like Mega Man's identity in a lot of ways, you know, and that's how they sold a lot of games, was really good box art back in the day, you know, like all the hand painted stuff and everything, you know. They don't really do that with a lot of game covers anymore. Everything's all CGI and it's just, it's not really that's like
actual paintings.
Yeah, like I know people really like that Expedition 33 game or whatever it is, and I'm really glad they do, because I'm glad it's getting the praise it deserves. But the box,
I love that game too.
Yeah, but the cover is kind of like, you know, like nothing really screams. Must
it looks like
buy.
It's still from the game, you know, like it's different now.
Yeah, and I mean, like you look back at those art covers and stuff like that. I mean, you look at, what was it, like Secret of Mana and how that looked, Earthbound. You know, even like Super Mario World, it was a basic design, but it was Mario, and it just worked. I mean, Chrono Trigger had literally Akira Toriyama art on it. Like they went the distance with that.
That's a great cover. Final Fantasy 6. Now, the Final Fantasy 3 version of that Super NES box art was pretty basic, but the actual Final Fantasy 6 cover was really cool.
Oh yeah, well,
that was all hand drawn?
Wasn't that one like just that was the one that had the Moogle in it as well, right? It was just plain background. Yeah.
The third one is just Mog. And then I think the Japanese version cover for the Super Famicom has Terra in the mech.
Yeah.
Or like I think it's like the mech suit. It's really cool. It's really, really. I would love like a poster, like wall art of that. It looks really good. I miss that stuff though.
Yeah.
I miss more painted, and all the X games. I think X1, 2, and 3 all had really good cover art. X4,
it was okay.
It's okay.
You know, X and Zero.
Yeah, they
X
stopped
and
really
Zero.
caring after that.
Yeah, like I mean, fives was
it's
interesting.
Fine.
Well,
Fives was, what's the one where I think Fives? Which one is the one where he's holding the beam sword?
I think
it's 6.
It's 6 because Zero died in 5.
Right, and then he's got the beam sword.
Yeah, and then then
dies.
Like and then like everything else after, like they kind of just started like really going away. And I mean, even like some games that did like, I don't know, you look at like something like Tenchu Wrath of Heaven on the PS2, the cover art still looked great for it. And even the one on the Xbox, the port, the Tenchu Return from Darkness, where it's got Rikimaru coming down on that ninja with the sword, like even that looks amazing. You know, so it's just, I think a lot of video game art, like, you know, has kind of gotten lost as the years gone on. And plus also, if we're going to talk like Mega Man X and like, you know, like being able to see the bosses in the instruction manual back in the day, because, you know, Google wasn't a thing. Things like that is like how you got sucked into
That's
these
all you
games.
had.
Yeah.
That's for your headcanon. You know, if they didn't tell the story in the game, then, you know, you got to learn or figure out your own headcanon. Like, we would talk about it. And actually when they brought out, that anime kind of version of it for the re-release on PSP, or the remaster, I guess, version of Mega Man X or whatever.
Oh,
there's
Maverick,
like a
Maverick
whole
Hunter
new
X
animation.
Yep,
Maverick Hunter X, which I have played, but I never finished it. I thought it was fine. Like, definitely not my preferred version, but I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But I love the anime cutscenes, like the whole, which is all on YouTube now.
Yep.
Like the whole beginning, and you learn about Zero, and that Zero was made by Dr. Wily. Like if we had known that when I was a kid, my friend and I, we would have lost our minds.
Oh yeah.
We'd have lost our minds because we didn't know anything about Zero. We
No.
just knew that Zero was the cool one that showed up, and we debated whether or not he had a ponytail or a cape
Yeah.
because we didn't know.
No, it's true. You didn't know. And yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing from Maverick Hunter X, the Day of Z, it was called. Yeah, it showed what Sigma was doing as like, and then like you find out the reason why he's a Maverick now is because when you play X4, you find out it was Zero. When Zero like beat the crap out of him, he
Zero
actually transferred
caused
he caused the outbreak. So he caused a lot of this. So, you know, Day of Sigma was great. And you actually got to see like,
That was
you know,
super fun.
yeah. And like, what was it? Zero chilling with Storm Owl. Oh no, sorry, Storm Eagle.
Storm Eagle. Yeah,
like
and Storm Eagle's cool in that. Like they show like Chill Penguin sounds exactly like you think he would sound.
Yep.
And you know, when he's like Sigma. And then Storm Eagle sounds cool as hell. Like Storm Eagle like sounds like, and they're all like allied with X, and you get to see them. That's what I loved about it, is you got to see those characters when they were allied with X.
Yep.
And like when they were all working together and they were cool with each other, but then they started to drift over to Sigma's side because Sigma started out really good.
Yep.
Right? Like he was a good ally, and then he wasn't, and then now he's the big bad that kept showing back up. You know, he was the Ganondorf of Mega Man at that point.
He really is.
He showed up in he does. I mean, he shows up. I remember when when I was playing, which one is the one? I think it might be X3. You have to correct me if I'm wrong because I do blur sometimes. But there was one where like it was pretty telegraphed that it wasn't going to be Sigma, and then it ends up being Sigma anyway.
Oh, was that because
And I'm
Dr.
trying to remember which one it was.
Was that because Dr. Doppler was the
yeah, it was Dr. Doppler because they did the same thing in Mega Man 4, because in Mega Man 4 it's Dr. Cossack. You remember that? So Mega Man 4, the big bad is Dr. Cossack. And then when you get there and you beat Dr. Cossack, guess what? It's Wily.
Wily, yeah.
He shows up. Yeah,
Yep.
so I was like, in 4, I didn't know until I got to Dr. Cossack. I had no idea Dr. Wily was in the game. But then, of course, he was.
Yeah.
Because he became the big bad at the end. So, which is cool. But they did the same thing with Sigma.
Yeah,
You know, they made it to where, like, oh, he's already been the villain a few times, so we're going to do something else, Dr. Doppler.
And then like they pull the rug out from you, and Doppler's building
this.
this.
They pull the rug, and they're like, oh, surprise, it's Sigma, he's back.
Yeah, like
And it's like, and
Doppler
then he's
was
back every time after that. Just about.
Yeah, and Doppler was building the body for him and stuff like that. You know, like there was all that, and because like Sigma just kept coming back stronger with that Sigma virus and stuff. So like, yeah, like there was just so much to like Sigma as a villain. I think he's actually kind of a very underrated video game villain, and even Capcom villain in a lot of ways, because of just everything. I mean, this guy
thought it was crazy.
He systematically fucked the whole world after even like that the colony incident in X5.
Which wasn't even his fault.
Yeah, Zero had a lot like
It's
to do
Zero's
with
fault.
it. Yeah, and like you know the Sigma virus being released and you know Zero being like, yeah, I caused this. I gotta fix this somehow. And like you can, X and Zero have that falling out if you do a thing. Really. Oh god, it's all Wily. Yeah, Wily's a dick. Well, because that was, I mean, going a little off topic into Mega Man X2, but the X Hunters in the Japanese version of what was his name? I can't remember. He was the little guy that had the black hat. Anything. He was the short guy, but that's Dr. Wily. Somehow he put his consciousness into that robot.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, and it gets convoluted a little bit for me, like later, which not in a bad way, just like I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember all the details, but yeah.
Yeah, they never specify, like, because like they never, that was the kind of the problem. Like for years people thought, okay, Zero killed the original Mega Man, and that's why, and you know, and then Dr. Light, being old and dying, did everything he could to make X, but knew X wasn't ready for the world. And Zero obviously got sealed away because Wily knew, he was like, yeah, this robot's fucking psychotic, but he'll be useful in the future. And you know, he was in a lot of ways, and you know, Wily's influence was still there, and it was just crazy, like all the stuff that like connects. Like it's a good story, and again, they should really.
I would watch a whole anime based on Mega Man X.
Right?
So that's the thing, is like the Mega Man X, the X story is more compelling to me than the Mega Man story.
100%.
The Mega Man story is fine. Like I could watch. I'll give you a great example. Did you ever see the animation from back in like the 90s where the original Mega Man meets X?
Oh yeah, from the Ruby Spears
there is one.
cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope.
And it's goofy. It's super goofy. Like when I watch it now, because I'm like, why is X like super Chad in this? Like you've got like Mega Man's like, oh, I'm gonna help him out, and then X shows up and he's like, hey guys, what's up?
Dude, like the theme song.
You know, like he's just this big. It's crazy. I don't know. It's weird.
I remember that because
so
like
bigger.
He's fucking huge.
He's so much bigger than Mega Man is.
Yeah,
like there's Mega Man, and then you've got X is like looking at him like from here, and you got Roll beside him, and he's just like, and he's super fast. Like they show how much faster, more advanced he is than Mega Man.
Oh yeah, the
and
ability.
They even talk about it, like, yeah,
like no, like
because Roll's like I don't think you can. You know, you're no match for, and he's like, I gotta try.
I gotta try to help him. Yeah,
and it's like, yeah. It's like I think X is fine on his own.
Yeah,
he's like a nuclear bomb in that.
He was because like that whole he was. What was it? Because like even X saw the destruction that X was like blowing up everything, and Mega Man's like, "Hey, you got to bring down the whole plant around us." And he's like, "I can't let the Mavericks escape," and he's just blowing everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ, calm down, X. I mean, I think that's before they really knew that like X was a pacifist in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and he leans into that pretty heavy in the later games.
Yeah, so. I mean, because you're right, because the X series just had such a great story, and then how it even like drifted into the Mega Man Zero series, because it's like a direct continuation, and the stuff that happened with X and after Zero sealed himself away, like a lot of shit that happened, man, and it's just like, damn, like, come on, Capcom, give us a real fucking anime of this shit.
Cool lore.
Yeah, like
I would love a Mega Man X anime. Like it would be great. Honestly, I would love that.
Yeah, because like you don't even have to
Mega Man's not exactly getting a lot of love these days. So,
and you know, it's crazy you say that. It's crazy you say that because I think the Mega Man Legends Collection Edition, I think I saw it on Twitter the other day, just hit 1 million units in sales, which is huge. Like these collections, I mean, right now the best-selling Mega Man game of all time, I think, is the Battle Network collection, which is fucking crazy because that's a spin-off.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, those games are great. Don't get me wrong.
Those games were popular.
Yeah, they were. But I was just shocked. I'm like, wow, it outsold the X series, really? And even basic Mega Man. So, but like, that's the thing. Well, they're all selling so well.
Yeah.
And that's the
those were on GBA? Or no, GameCube?
Oh yeah. Battle Network was GBA, and then I believe DS. Then there was I believe some made it to the DS.
That's your answer right there, because they sold a metric ton of those consoles.
That is
true.
A lot,
like those handhelds.
I honestly,
so there's a lot. There's a lot there.
I forget sometimes at how what do you call it there? How popular the DS really was.
The DS was huge.
Yeah, like
the DS was huge.
I had one. I played the living hell out of it, especially when Resident Evil got put on it and everything. But like like people talk about the 3DS
great version of Resident Evil.
Yeah. And people talk about the 3DS all the time and everything, and they're saying like, like this, that about it and all the good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, we got to kind of remember the DS too. But yeah, like, so Mega Man is like, it's in a healthy position in terms of sales for the games, but there's just nothing coming out for it. So the future of like, I mean, X at this point, I don't even know what you could do, because we already know how X's story ends at some point in the future. Like maybe, you know what? Bring X back and make that game where Zero finally seals himself away, and it leads into the Zero series.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what they would do, because I would actually be okay with them doing something new, like making it the next iteration of Mega Man. So like having Mega Man X, and then a future version of a new Mega Man. Like I'd be okay with that, because you could at least start a new story.
That's actually a good idea.
If they continue with X, that's all. I mean, I can't think of anything else they could do. I mean, look, we've had more original Mega Man games, right? We got 9, we got 10, we got 11. 11's more recent. Once X got to 7, and like I hate X7.
Okay, so we've talked about the series and like where it could go in form of an anime and games, and you were saying that you want kind of a new Mega Man entry, because Mega Man has always kind of had new entries, and honestly, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
I think so.
Like something that's in the vein. So like you've got Legends, you've got like the other Battle Network. Or whatever. So if you want a new side scroller, like they could keep making Mega Man games and make a Mega Man 12, 13, 14, whatever.
but why not just start over, right? Do a next iteration, like a future version of a new Mega Man. You know, make it to where this one has the memories of the older Mega Man or something. I don't know. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, because it seems that Mega Man itself is still so much alive in this day and age because of these sales and all these new fans coming in to the franchise, and I think that's great, but we just don't have the games. And I mean, I think Capcom will do one of two things. I think what Capcom will do, they'll look at the remake hype train going on with all their franchises right now. Some of the games that have obviously gotten remakes that have sold really well. Mega Man 11 as a new entry was perfect because they did it right. They had a small development team and they gave them a decent sized budget and they made a game that made a ton of fucking money. And I think that by keeping that aspect and development the way that worked, keep doing that. You don't have to make games like with the RE engine. You know, Mega Man doesn't need the RE engine treatment or anything. No. You know, we don't need these super big AAA games. Like smaller games like these. I mean, hell, even if you want, go back to sprite-based work. I mean, I would love that.
That's what I would want.
Right?
That's what I would want. Even if they keep it within like the X4 style, that would be cool with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever they were doing, whatever they did, and like X7 is... I don't know if I was talking about X7 before.
Yeah, you were.
X7, I hate that game. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I get that they were trying to do something new, but it just didn't work. Like, it takes away the essence of what Mega Man is, especially Mega Man X. And the same thing for X8. Like, X8 is probably better than 7, but it's still not very good.
I was gonna say,
still not a good game.
I was gonna say, I can't remember because it's been probably since the PS2 era since I've touched those two games. So I'm not looking forward to playing
the one that went like the whole 3D. 7's the one that went like full 3D and like, you know, I didn't like that one. And then 8, they made it like kind of back to side-scrolling style, but they used the new graphics. It just looked stupid. I didn't like it. I thought it was okay, but like I wouldn't rush back to play it again.
And then people didn't
After 6, they really stopped.
Oh yeah, because the thing of it is, like, Keiji Inafune, he was kind of done with making, because at one point, like, he was the one that was making the Mega Man X games, and then he kind of wanted to move on, and I think it was like, I think he was working on, it was the Mega Man Zero series. He was working on the Zero series, he was getting that ready, and then all of a sudden, he finds out that Mega Man X6 is getting made, and it's like, 5 was supposed to
Which X6 isn't very good. Like, it's okay, but...
No, it's not. Like, 6 has a lot of problems. And then, like, I don't remember which one of the PS2 era it was, but I can't remember if there was one of the... I think it was 7 or 8. I can't remember which one it was. But X doesn't even show up as a playable character, I think, until, like, halfway through the game. If I remember correctly. I think it's 8.
7. Like, yeah, because he's doing the whole pacifist thing.
Yeah, he really went into that whole, I don't want to fight anymore.
I think it's 7.
Yeah.
Because you're playing that other guy, the new character, Axel.
Yep.
It's like you're playing as Axel for most of the game.
Yeah, and nobody likes Axel.
No, I don't care about it. Like, look, they could bring Axel back if they wanted to and make like a new game, but I still like that's not what I want. Like, he could be like a background character or something. That's fine.
He would literally have
I want to play as Mega Man.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to include Axel, you need to change him up. At this point, enough time has gone by that Axel, like, have him get rebuilt. Like, have him almost get destroyed, and then he gets rebuilt, and he has all new abilities, and make it somewhat like his older abilities, but make him fun. And again, because, like, the other problem with, I think, those later X games, that when they got past the sprite-based stuff, is that they were too slow and clunky, you know? And like, so, like, you know, like they
just lost the essence of what it was.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because there was no clear direction on where to go with Mega Man, because again, like, Inafune was trying to do a lot of stuff, and you know, he was trying to do a lot, and it just didn't work. And then, you know, obviously things like went south with Mega Man Legends, and we know the stories of a bunch of other Capcom Mega Man games being canceled.
9.
Yep. So there's just so much that, like, there's still a lot of love, but there's a lot of damage. But I think Capcom now realizes that I think they're starting to not look so much into the past as, like, games being sold poorly means, it's not going to sell in this day and age. You might be wrong, because, I mean, people got excited for Resident Evil 9 because Alicia Ashcroft's daughter is in the game as the main character, and it's a character. Her mother is from a spin-off title that not a lot of people remember because people didn't play Outbreak, and yet everybody lost their minds when they found out there was a connection to the Outbreak games and that the Outbreak games were considered canon. So there is a chance. I mean, even people have to also remember too, no Mega Man game was really a blockbuster seller. You know, they sold good, like they sold good, and Capcom was, you know, happy with it, but they never reached the plateau of what like Street Fighter would reach, or when Resident Evil came out and everything. So, but they still sold good enough that they kept making them. Plus, obviously, you know, games were cheaper to make back then.
Days.
Oh yeah.
Like platformers are harder sells if they're not Metroidvanias, like Hollow Knight. You know what I mean? Like that's stuff that does well because those are games that people like. I hate to say this, but you know, it's kind of true that a lot of games aren't even getting made if they're not, if the companies are like, no one's going to stream this on Twitch.
Yeah.
You
like
know?
that's
so like, it's got to be a stream worthy game, you know? And like Mega Man isn't like something that most people are going to stream. Now, granted, would I buy it day one? Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course I would.
Yeah.
But I would also just be playing the hell out of it by myself. I don't stream or anything like that. But like, you know, I know that a lot of it would have to be something to where people would want to like stream the game and show like, so I don't know, maybe they just don't know what to do with it anymore. Like, I really wonder if maybe they're just kind of like, I don't know, like maybe it'll sell to the fans and we could get a small team and all that kind of stuff. But like, you know, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
What do we do with this? We got all these games. We can keep re-releasing the games, I guess, but like, cause it'll keep the fans happy, but not, I mean, they can't like keep re-releasing them now. Like we've had them enough. Like I think we're good. You know, I don't think that we need that. But like, because I've got two different collections. Like I've got the Mega Man X collection on PS2.
Yep, I've got
like it was already released back then.
Because because like I mean we've all got the you know, like a lot of the X games on older systems. Then we got the collections. Now the newer collections came out. Plus you can't forget things like the Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS, all the X games and Mega Man games that were coming out on that, they all got re-released on all those Nintendo systems as the years went on. So it's like, now's the time to make a new one. You've proven that people love the series, people love it. Because I mean, I also think maybe people love Mega Man now too because the popularity of Mega Man being in Smash Brothers. I think that may have kind of like helped a little bit, because I remember there was at one point where I remember people were saying like people that I worked with and everything were saying that their little siblings loved Smash Brothers. And I was like, oh, which one did you start them with? And like, oh, on the Wii U. I was like, oh, no kidding. They're like, yeah, like their favorite character is Mega Man and stuff. And then that's kind of like where the meme came.
Appeals well to kids.
Yeah, but that's like where the meme came from. Oh, that's Mega Man from Smash Brothers. No, you little shits. No. It's from.
But I mean, no, he's like, this guy is older, like almost older than me.
Yeah.
He's only a couple years younger than me, right? Like he's been around a long time. So but of course, how would they know? The systems we grew up with are ancient technology to them.
Yeah. And I mean, Capcom also didn't really do the best to keep the Mega Man name alive for a long time. That dark period of, don't get me wrong, they made Mega Man, 9 and 10. For the Wii and everything back in the day, and then it came to the other ones, which was really fine.
Good. And I actually was kind of, I'm weird because like I thought 9 and 10 were kind of cool. I think 9's better than 10.
Yeah, I believe that.
10's not. I don't think 10's as solid as 9 is, but I would say that while I enjoyed the return to the NES style, it also was kind of weird because Mega Man 7 and 8 were not that style.
Yeah,
it was like. It was Super Nintendo and then like Saturn and PlayStation style.
Yep.
And then they went back to NES and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, and you would think someone like me who grew up with the NES, I would love that. But I was actually a little weirded out by it because I was like, keep going with what you were doing. Like what you were doing worked because Mega Man 7 looks great.
Yeah.
Mega Man 8 looks great. Those are beautiful games. Like go with that. I get, we've already got all the NES games. We've got that style. We're good. And we can play those. Now. So the version that they had, like I said, the art style they went with for 9 and 10, I was like, it's fine, but I would have preferred to see them go back a little bit to.
I think they were
they were.
Yeah,
it felt like a step back.
Yeah, because they were really just trying to like, I think, get that nostalgia grab to get people to really come and play a Mega Man game again. And to be fair,
that's exactly what it was.
It's what sold me on the game.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
No, and I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it tickles that bone for me where it's like, yeah, I remember. Like, this is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of like, you know, like I'm good. I guess I played so much Mega Man where I was like, I don't know. I keep wanting to see them move it forward in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even like Mega Man 11. Like Mega Man 11 looks pretty good. I think Mega Man 11 is a very good looking game.
I mean,
but I would want to see, like, I think if they did bring X back, they could make it like faster.
Yep.
Because it's all about the play control, right? The play control at X is that game controls, in my opinion, perfectly.
It does.
Like, it is a very, like, you feel very in control of X in that game. So, like, bring it out and make it to where X controls really well, and make it very, like, make it faster, you know, get some really cool, like, come up with some great new designs for the bosses, bring Sigma back, like, or, you know, whatever you want to do, but find a way to get it, do another remake of X, I guess, if you want. I still have the original. I wouldn't care if they did. If they did, I'd be like, cool, I'll check it out, you know? It'll never replace the original, but I would be down. I would want to see what they did with it. Give me a new take on it. Not the Maverick Hunter X, that's fine, but do a new thing with it.
I mean,
keep the story the same, keep the bosses the same.
I mean, hell,
something
you could literally
faster and more modern.
Yeah, I mean, like you could literally make X like a brand new thing, because like that remake of Maverick Hunter X was like literally 20 something years ago. I was in high school when that game came out, and I remember
it was on the PSP, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was big into the PSP in high school because I was always bringing it to school, and you know, playing like wait, was it the PS? Yeah, because the reason why I got the PSP was because I heard that Breath of Fire 3 was coming to it at some point, and that's like one of the reasons why I bought it. But yeah, like you could play. Like, and then they had like technically the remake of Mega Man 1. It was like Mega Man Powered Up, the little chibi version. It was a cute game, you know?
Yeah.
It was cute.
It's cute.
Yeah. I think that's like what they're going for.
And
but
Maverick
like,
Hunter's cute.
Yeah. Maverick Hunter X didn't sell that well, I don't think, though, unfortunately, because again, it's the PlayStation Portable. Like, it was popular, but it could never touch with like what like Nintendo's handhelds were doing. I mean, I loved it because of all the
DS was slapping it around.
Oh yeah. DS was in a league of its own. It couldn't be touched. I mean, that's like essentially, you know, same thing with PS Vita. The Vita's a fucking great handheld, but for most people, it was the 3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS. The Vita didn't do so hot. But...
Yeah, it didn't. So before we wrap this up, you actually have some stuff to show off for how much you love Mega Man X.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just brought these over because I didn't know if we needed a visual guide, but I sadly don't have my original copy anymore because I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but like my original Super Nintendo and all my games were taken years ago. My sister let someone borrow it and they never gave it back. So still a little salty about that, but I've rebought all of those games. So I do have a box copy, obviously, right? So this is pretty much what I had, and I have another separate cartridge. This one stays boxed, but the other one, I have that cartridge. And I also, because of you sending me this link, Tony, I'm sure I can't tell if you're laughing or not. I'm sure you know but,
I was. I was smiling.
I knew it. The 30th anniversary special edition, which you can see Sigma there. I love this. I love this so much. And I don't know if anybody's picked this up. Oh, it actually comes out a little bit more. It's got all the artwork.
You get the main
art. I have the vinyl downstairs. Yeah, it's like that. That's so nice. Like, I love it. And that's in the vinyl, I think, too. And then the cartridge I got, you either get like a transparent blue or a white. I think I got the white. But yeah, it's got a reprint of the original instruction booklet, which is kind of like, it's got that cover, which is really cool, but it's got, you know, which I love this. This is, I mean,
instruction manuals are godlike, man. I wish we still got them.
I know. I wish we still got those. It has a poster, which I have not put up because I don't know if I want to. I'm kind of like, maybe I should just get another one so I can put the poster up because I don't like actually, like, I don't know, ruining it.
You can always put it in a frame.
Ruin it. It's got like the, I should, maybe I should, but it's got a really cool poster.
Yeah, look at that.
I kind of want that on my wall, but I actually have I have an art piece on my wall right now. It's Mega Man X and Zero from this game, standing back to back.
Oh, I know that one.
It's done with like a shadow box pixel art.
Yep, I know that.
Really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of little cool stuff in here. So yeah, I love this. I love having, I mean, I would buy 10 more copies of this game. It's just a special game to me. You know, it just means a lot to me. It's one of those. you know, to where here's the cartridge. You can see I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet, but it's the white cartridge.
That's so crazy.
So yeah, I love stuff like this. But it's one of those games that I think, why I would probably talk about it at any time. It's just one of those games that, I don't know, like I could just, if I have to think about games like that were formative for me as a gamer and as someone who loves video games as much as I do, this is one of them. This is one of the games that like really created me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it made me that way because it was so special. And like there were other games that did that too. Like Zelda was a big one for me. Ocarina of Time's a big game for me.
Yep.
But early on, there were a lot of games that I love, like Zelda and like Mario. But this is the first one where I was just like, I love this. You know, it was like made for me because we all played platformers back then. Like that was like what we played. And so
it was the big
Mega Man X, in my opinion, back then was the best of the best for me. And Mega Man X was just like nothing could top it. You know, the soundtrack is perfect. All the bosses are super memorable. I'm probably, after we finish this while I'm editing, I'm probably going to watch that anime again.
Yeah.
From the opening, just to like remind myself like what happens. But yeah, man, it's always going to be special. And it's a game that I will tell you, there are not a lot of games. I have, full disclosure, I have like a really hard time with, like, I have some like memory loss problems. Like I have a really good memory when it comes to specific things that my mind decides are going in a vault. But I have really bad problems with like filling in the blanks in between.
Right.
So, like when it comes to video games, a lot of people don't know this, but like, I think we've talked about it a little bit, but like when I play Resident Evil obviously is one of my favorite series. I've played through Resident Evil 2 50 times, right? I could go back and play it right now and I'll forget a lot of what's going on in the middle of that game. So like, I'll forget where items are. I'll forget all that kind of stuff. So like, I forget a lot of those things. It's just information gets thrown out. But for Mega Man X, while I still actually, as much as I played this game, that still happens to me a little bit, but this is the one that I probably would tell you I know the best. I don't think I know any other game as well as I know Mega Man X, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is why I brought you on, because like I said, I knew how much you love this game, and it's kind of like me with
even with those issues, like I still remember most of it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I forget a lot of shit and everything, but somehow when it comes to Resident Evil 3, I can run through that thing like nobody's business.
Yeah, and like I'm envious of that because like that's why I can really never do speed runs.
Yeah,
because I'm super bad with directions, and it's like I remember the bullet points. Like I know, like, okay, this part's gonna happen maybe in a bit. This part's gonna happen, but I'll forget the finer details of what's happening, and I'll forget where items are, and I'll forget the routes.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Like I cannot remember that stuff to save my life as much as I want to, because my ADHD is horrific. So it's really hard for me to like, my brain's focused on other things.
Yeah,
mine will be focused on the way that, you know, an enemy's suspenders look, you know, in the village in Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean? Like that's what my brain remembers. Like it's so annoying. So I'll forget all the other stuff. So it's like I remember the bones, but not the meat.
Gotcha.
You know? So that's where it gets tricky. But this one, I can remember most of it, and it's the one I remember probably the best. I think I know this game better than any other game. So yeah, it's up there for me, man. It definitely in the top 5. I don't even like to rank games. I don't even like to do the whole like, oh, top 10. But this one's in there. I mean, if I had one, it's in the top 5. It's in the top 3. Right? It means that much.
Again, for a lot of people, I think if they're a Mega Man fan, X is generally up there for a lot of them. I do feel that, because like I met a lot of Mega Man fans that just go crazy for the original, because it was like, it's what kicked it off for them.
Yeah.
It was like the game.
Some people really love the originals, and I respect that. I get that.
Oh yeah. I love the originals, man.
Would you say, do you have, what are your favorites? Do you have like in Mega Man and X, do you have a favorite between those?
Like,
I mean one from each. Like favorite Mega Man original game, favorite X game.
I'm going to say my favorite Mega Man game is probably Mega Man 8. which is crazy because I love 2 and
that's a good one.
Yeah, and I really love 3. But 8 because it had that whole anime intro and it had the voice acting and it had crazy boss designs. Really, and I mean, a lot of stuff didn't make sense in the story that they did. They left some stuff out of it. I feel like there was a lot of things they could have explored a bit more, but they did really good with that one. And because I really love 7. I know a lot of people didn't really enjoy 7 that much, but I think 7 had some really solid bosses.
I liked it okay.
Yeah, like I mean, like the bosses. I mean, like what was it Shade Man, the vampire, Turbo Man, the guy who was a transformer. He's literally a fucking transformer, and he can run you over and stuff. Like.
The only 7 was weird for me because I rented that game after I'd played X.
Yep.
And I was expecting it to be like X.
Yes.
And I remember I got it and I was like, well, and I guess in my head back then as a kid, I was like, well, it's on Super Nintendo, so it's gonna look and play like X does, right? And it didn't. And it played more like the originals. And I liked it, but I think I was originally kind of a little sour on it because I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then when I got older, I appreciated it more. But I think 8's a great game.
Yeah, no, 8.
Nobody talks about 8 anymore.
Yeah,
it never gets brought up,
which is crazy because I actually have 8 on the the Sega Saturn and the PS1 still.
Saturn?
Yep, I got the Saturn one.
Yeah.
And
I think the Saturn version's better, isn't it?
I think the Saturn version is a little bit better. I don't know if there's any like thing added that's new, but I think it runs better than it does on the PS1 because the Saturn was more powerful than the PS1.
I think X4 doesn't run as well on Saturn.
No,
it does.
It doesn't. It's got some minor issues, but it's still perfectly playable. And
it works great.
Yeah. And I'd have to say for my favorite X game, it's 4. Like I love because I played
who
1.
could blame you?
I rented 2 and 3 so goddamn much, so much that I probably could have bought both those games 2-3 times over. Wishing I had because I don't want to pay $500 for Mega Man X3.
God, I would love to have X3 and X2, but they're both expensive.
Yeah, I would just get reproduction carts and get the reproduction boxes too. At that point, because it's just like $500.
I would love to, but like I have the one that matters to me the most. Like I love X2 and X3, but I never owned them as a kid. I rented them. I never owned them.
Same.
I have them I'll tell you, when I modified my Super Nintendo, was it Mini? You know, they did like the NES Mini and the Super Nintendo Mini. I modified my Super Nintendo Mini, and so I put like tons of games on there. And I put those on there, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I've got 2 and 3 the way I want to play them because I would rather play them on a Super Nintendo controller. The PlayStation version of that collection has input lag, and the Switch version of the Legacy Collection has input lag.
Oh my god!
Terrible. Which bums me out because I would buy the Legacy Collection today if the Switch 2, which I've yet to see anybody bring this up, but I read something that says that it's possible that the input lag has been improved on the Switch 2. I don't know for sure yet, but if it has, I'll pick it up. But I haven't bought it yet for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
The input lag is like noticeable.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That's something because I remember I was streaming it like on Twitch a few years ago, and I didn't know that the Switch version was the one that had a lot of issues, and I was just like, oh, this is ass, dude. Like this sucks. So. It's
worse on the PlayStation and like GameCube version of the original collection. Like the lag is worse.
Oh my god, that's right. That collection was rough at times. Oh my god,
you can play it, but the Super Nintendo is like lightning fast. It's perfect.
That's why a lot of people that
on the
stream,
Mini, it's fine.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people that stream that and everything will actually use the real hardware, or they'll convert the Super Nintendo to have all those games on there, but it's still running on Super Nintendo hardware. So they're still running great. I wish I was smart enough to do that. If I try to do that, I'll blow my fingers off somehow.
Yeah, and I just prefer playing it. I prefer playing it on that Super Nintendo controllers. It's made for that.
Oh yeah, gotta love
that. It just feels the best on that.
So
anyway, yeah. So those are your favorites. Okay, that's cool. And like I said, X4 is so good. I mean, it's like I said, it's probably the best.
Yeah.
In that whole series, but I still X. More special to me,
definitely,
for sure.
No, and I love that, and I like how like you're like me, where like you, because like for me, people like always say, oh, what do you think is the best Resident Evil of all time, or like one of the top ones? They're like, oh, you're gonna say Resident Evil 3. I was like, if I gotta give a non-biased answer, I'll put up at least second place at Resident Evil 2. You were like, really?
Yeah.
Over 3? And I was like, yeah, 2 did so much, dude. 3 is a short game.
It's not about your favorites, right?
Yeah.
It's about what's objectively the best in that case. What
Yeah.
you think is.
And then people are like, well, what's the first one?
Doesn't
I was
have
like,
to be your favorite.
yeah. And people are like, well, what's the first one if 2's getting beat? I was like, the original remake. The original Resident Evil remake is a masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Like nothing,
Masterpiece.
like 2 remake, 3 remake, and 4 remake can't touch what that GameCube version did back in the day.
It's probably objectively the best Resident Evil game that's been made, I think, that represents it perfectly.
Because, well, it got to fix like any issues that was in the original. And like the crazy thing of it is, and I think you posted this on Blue Sky at one point, but you put up the comparison to the PS1 version and the GameCube one, saying that this is only like 7 years apart.
It wasn't even 7 years. It was it's 4.
Was it? 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001.
Or maybe it was 6.
6 years, yeah, 6
It came
years.
out in 2000. It came out, maybe it is 6 years. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I think it's
well, no,
2001.
so
the original was 96.
the original came out 96, right? So
Yeah.
sorry. So I think it was 4 or 5, 6, yeah, 6 years.
Yep.
Which is bonkers. Like if you look at those 2 games side by side, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Today, 6 years is nothing. Nothing changes in
No.
6 years. It just doesn't.
Dude, like you look at like we said,
So.
like look at all the Souls games that come out now and stuff like that, and you look
Yeah.
back at like Bloodborne, and it's just like not that big of a gap,
Dude.
guys.
Doom 2016 still looks incredible.
This is true.
Look, Doom 2016 looks incredible.
Yep.
And then if you run it full settings on, like if I ran it full settings on my PC right now, like it go up against most games. Like it's just and art direction counts for a lot. But when we're talking about graphics, we're kind of getting to the point where everything just looks really good.
Yeah.
You know, Unreal Engine's gonna push things, and okay, that's gonna be great. But like right now, I don't know. It's not like it used to be. The way Star Fox, I mean, look at Star Fox and Star Fox 64. Look at those side by side.
Jesus, man.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah, that
4 years. Almost exactly 4 years.
That's
too.
right. And even then, like you gotta like you want to throw Star Fox 2 in there. We may never gotten it in America back in the day,
Yeah.
but Japan did because it was like it was, what was it, close towards the end of the Super Nintendo's lifespan, I think.
They completely canceled it. They
Really?
completely canceled it and they folded it. Mhm.
Oh, I
It
thought it
never
actually got released in
officially.
Japan.
No, so
Oh.
it didn't release officially until the Mini.
That one I knew. I thought that's
was
when
a secret
America
on the
got
Mini.
it. That's crazy.
That was its first release, as far as I know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost
Wow.
positive because they scrapped it to fold it over into 64.
Got
So
it.
like the concepts they were introducing into, they moved into 64. So it was complete. It was a complete game, as you can tell. But they were like, they didn't want to release it so close to the N64's release.
Fair enough.
So they were like, we'll just scrap it.
Fair enough. I mean,
but it's a fully made game. That's the thing that always like kind of blows my mind. But maybe they thought the production costs just weren't worth it because cartridges were expensive to make.
that's very true.
So, you know, it's different than a CD. CD-ROM was cheap. Cartridges were not.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're 100% right on that. But
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
yeah. I think we're good to wrap this up and everything. I think we actually
Hey, man.
covered a lot of great stuff at this point for
Oh,
this
yeah.
episode.
I
So,
can talk about Mega Man X all day. So.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, dude, if you want to like plug your socials, I mean, I'll put them down in the descriptions. But if people just like want to hear it and go check it out,
Sure.
tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, primarily these days, I mean, I'm old and boring, so like I'm mostly on Blue Sky right now. That's where I primarily post, but you can find me there at retroblast.bsky.social or just search, you'll find me. And that's primarily where I am, so you can find me there. I do have an Instagram, don't use it a whole lot. I had an X account, don't use that anymore. So that's primarily where you can find me. And then if you want to listen to the show, it's pretty much anywhere. So you just search Retroblast Podcast or Retroblast. It'll pop up on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, whatever. There's like 30 different places that it pops up, so you can listen to it there. But we got a new episode I'm editing right now for Superman 64, which is that's the but yeah. So that was a fun episode I recorded with Retro Game Brews from Gamers Week podcast. He came back on, so yep, that'll be coming out pretty soon. So to go check it out.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard the man, guys.
Check it out, Blue Sky.
All right, you heard him. Go check out on Blue Sky and all things across. Just type in Retro Blast Podcast and you'll find it. Honestly, guys, I've been a guest on it twice. No, seriously, I've been on twice, and Pat literally has one of the best podcasts that I've ever been a part of, and that I actually listen to, because like it's hard for me to listen to podcasts because I'm so busy. But like with you and of course our friend Mikkel Casanova and everything, you guys have like some of the best podcasts out there. Like the stuff you guys do is absolutely legendary.
We talk about, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows this or not if they haven't listened, but we don't, you know this because you've been on the show, but one of the things that kind of it turned into is we talk about why games are special.
Yes.
Right. And we talk about why games matter to us and why they left an impact. So the whole episode's dedicated to the game, and it's not a review. It's not talking about what's right and what's wrong with the game. It's talking about why it matters and why it was special in our memories. And that's what we do. That's what the show's about.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're looking for reviews, that's not what you're going to get. We'll criticize it if it needs to be criticized. We don't really focus on that. So
yeah.
But we also take questions from the community and answer those. So it's a fun show. If you're looking for something like that, it's a cozy chat about something and you want to kind of step back in time a little bit. That's the goal.
Well, that's the reason why your podcast is so good, because there's just so much like rage bait out there for a lot of like content creating, because that's what gets the clicks and views, and that's what's great. Like you guys just do wholesome, great stuff and just laugh about stuff and talk about these games. Yeah, that's. I
don't want to make what I wouldn't want to listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
But that's what I like. So I like. We need a little positivity these days, man.
We do, and like, dude, like
that's out there.
Well, that's what your whole Blue Sky account was based on, was just good vibes. Everything, you know.
Yeah.
You've based it on
one of the reasons I left. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Well,
because
I'm too old, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm not getting younger.
Too old for this shit.
So it's gonna knock years off my life if I keep having to like fight with trolls on social media.
Yeah, I mean, I just block them when they pop up on Twitter, because I still use Twitter because it's my biggest account and everything. I get trolls all the time and stuff.
Yeah,
and I just hit the block button, and I'm just like, because they just want that engagement, and I just hit the block button and call it a day.
And I'm just done. Yeah, I'm just like I'm done. I'm just like, no, I don't even want to deal with it. So I just want to make content. I want to make content.
Yeah,
you know, I want to make content and put it out there and have good vibes.
Exactly, yeah. So, all right, guys, well, that's it. We're closing out today. Tune in next time, because if all goes according to plan, the next episode is going to be Crash Team Racing, and I'll actually have two guests who really love that. We actually tried to do a stream with them, but because the internet was being very weird for me, I wasn't able to do the stream, unfortunately, with them. But because we were, what were we going to play? I think we were trying to play. Oh, we tried to play, I think it was like Mario Kart 64 on the Nintendo Switch Online.
Okay.
And it kind of sucked, so it didn't, because Nintendo Switch Online is terrible online service. But either way,
Crash Team Racing, that'll be cool.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I'm glad that the three of us will get to talk about that. So stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, because it's free, and this day and age, free is a damn good thing. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm One Big Boss, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to give a thumbs up to this video, as it helps out big time, and don't forget to subscribe if you like videos like this one and video game reviews as well. Also, I stream almost daily, so if streaming games are your thing, definitely subscribe and join in on the fun, and consider becoming a member to help the channel grow, and you'll get your name in the credits here of my videos and other perks depending on the tier levels that you choose. That's it for today. Many thanks, guys, and until the next time, stay safe and have a good one.